We're gonna open up the Water Sewer Commissioners meeting. It's February 25th at 4:20. It's gonna be on the budget for 2021.
Alright, well, I separated out like you guys wanted. So if you look at that first sheet, this one. That's kind of the ones that I figured would, you know, some of the ones that can wait till FY '22.
Oh, all right, I see how you.
The
moved
first
it.
ones can be FY '22.
This is
Okay.
the last row here.
Yep.
So this row can be put off to FY '22. There's one of them there, the siding and painting of this building.
We'll put that off again.
Well, that's up to you guys. Like I said, that's. I know it's been a few times we wanted to get it done and it hasn't gotten done, so.
Yeah, and that'll probably come in less than that.
Hmm?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because you gotta pay prevailing wage unless you get a one-man show and.
Man. We had Summer help do it one year. I did it one year.
Yeah.
Fif-
Paid him
I think it come up for 15 grand
yeah.
Yeah.
for siding and painting.
Well, painting all the brick part and then siding all the wood part up top.
It seems a little on.
Yeah, it should be all right.
Yeah.
You think it'd be about right? Oh, you
Yeah.
got a sandblast and.
Well, I wouldn't say sandblast. That's it costs way more than that if you go sandblasting.
Yeah.
Just scrape it down.
Just
and paint
scrape it down, prime
There'd be
it.
nothing left of the cinder block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
I mean, I'm just figuring siding and everything. That's. You know,
And you figure that can wait till next year?
like I said, that's up to you guys. I mean, it's been this way for years, but
Yeah.
budget-wise, we're you know in rough shape. So when you look at the bottom number there, and even with taking out the other stuff that can be put off, you're still at 485, 750. So, the problem being
48.
485,750.
45. 48,000, yeah. And this here is just for capital improvements.
Well, it's not technically capital improvements, it's just a bunch of things that need to be done that,
Right.
you know, whether it's replacing equipment that's starting to fail down here, I mean,
Well, some of it, I took notes from the last one, so some of it's required by DEP.
right. Yeah,
So-
so that's the biggest part, like the 150 on the collection system evaluation and report. That's
That's gotta be done.
150,000 of that has to be
Yeah.
done.
The
The
vulnerability.
vulnerability study, that's a
Study,
new
yeah.
thing that just came out that has to be done. So that's 225 out of that 485.
Hmm.
I mean, I pushed off the, damn, I got MW, it should be NW. Northwest Maine to complete that loop.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing pressing on that, so I pushed that one off for FY '22, but the pipe and supplies for cemetery, I'm guessing that's a little bit high on the estimate
Yep.
for what we need, but you don't know what you're gonna run into there, so.
Yep.
Cause I know John wants to repave that road, so
Yeah.
kinda hard to push that one off if he's gonna repave.
No, you gotta kinda like do that one.
Well, the other thing that I was thinking about too is we talked about cemetery, if he was gonna pave that, but that's a short run, we could
That's
do
what I'm
that.
talking about, cemetery.
Oh, cemetery, I thought you talked about, the loop on Northwest Lake.
No, I've already pushed that one off
Alright,
until
okay.
22.
Yeah.
Alright, so cemetery's still on. And then the other one, that
That
road-
one there we probably gotta do, because if they're gonna pave
Yeah,
that
they're
road.
gonna pave
yeah.
it, like I said in the last meeting. You know, the next time that's gonna be paved, we'll probably all be dead.
Yeah,
So-
yeah,
so-
yeah. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, so that one should
Not only
stay.
that, as soon as they pave it, something's gonna break.
Yeah, yeah, we talked about that, we agreed on that,
Yeah,
so, okay. And this, so, and then this includes, not that I'm jumping, but, one truck,
bounce
right?
around, I don't care about that. I pushed off one truck for next year and one for this year.
Okay,
So that was the half a truck
yep,
that got pushed off, so that's
yep.
half on each side.
We're gonna get one truck
Let's get
this year.
One for this year and then,
Well, I just signed a bill, you'll see it in there, they had to rebuild the rocker panels on one of the trucks.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, rotted off.
Yeah.
The bed's rotten out of it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, how old?
But your
these trucks
primary
are
work
10,
truck
12 years
is-
old?
Well, it's a 08, so
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
12 years old for that
it's
one.
12 years old, I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna get to the point where we're gonna be putting more money into it than
yeah.
what
And
the
that's your-
payments would be.
And that's the primary,
That's-
you know,
that's the one.
emergency response, everything else for
Yeah.
everything for the
And we had
department.
somebody in the finance committee years ago that wanted us to buy new trucks every 3 years.
Hmm.
I mean, it's,
Well, that would be ideal, but that's not,
yeah, it's not practical. All right,
And they still didn't give me a price, so I'm guessing on price-wise on what we can get.
for a truck,
Yeah. So,
well, you got an idea what they're worth.
well, yeah, I got a ballpark idea, but I don't know. They were supposed to give me a price. What I said it to. I had the date when it was January 8th, I think.
That's buying a truck through the state, like, or whatever.
That was through MHQ, this,
Yeah.
on the state bid list, but once I get it spec'd out, I'll get 3 prices from other dealers too.
I think they'll probably be the cheapest, but you never know.
You never know, if a dealership's like, hey, we need to
Move one
offload
of
these
these.
or whatever, or we need sales up, or, you know,
Yeah.
they might cut it down to no profit just to get the sales numbers up.
Mhm.
You never know, so it's best to,
Well,
Get
that's a
3
good idea. I mean,
prices and
we got-
hope.
We gotta get 2 other prices on top of this,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't even have one yet, so
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm estimating here.
What'd you estimate at, where was that,
33. Was it? No, hang on.
33,000?
No, I put 30 for a truck.
30 for a truck.
30.
So that,
Well,
I mean, the price of trucks went crazy too, so
yeah, tell me about it.
that might be way under, I don't know.
Well, it's not like we're getting a luxury model,
No,
No,
you know?
might as well, I mean, they come with everything in them now, it seems
Yeah.
like.
no, not really. I can tell you it's a pain. You pull up and somebody wants to talk to you, and you're like, yeah, I can't reach the window crank.
Yeah.
Mine's broken in my truck. You can put it down from the passenger side, but not the driver's
driver.
side. Oh, that's a hassle.
Yeah, I never had trouble with power windows and, you know,
Yeah.
I bought an 85, I bought a couple 85 Chevy vans one time, and I always ordered them with power windows because, you know, fall and the spring, the windows are always fogged up and I
Yeah.
just put it down and look.
It's nice.
Everybody's, oh, you have nothing but troubles. I never had any trouble with power windows. All right, so let's keep on going here.
See, so we pulled out, from what we talked about at the last meeting, 134,250, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I pulled the manholes,
So all that stuff, so we
pulled
hopefully
half the,
put it on next year.
yeah,
And then the generator at primary, we don't have one at all, right? We've got a,
right, that's dead right now.
Yeah, okay. All right, so that has to be done.
Yep.
And
So it's a matter of,
that's required too.
yes,
Yeah, okay. So that's another DEP item.
yeah, and then there's the half of the portable generator.
Yeah.
That one I need for 3 different, that's basically covering 3 different stations instead of 1.
Yeah, because we never got one when we did booster, right?
Right. So I mean, I'm a little up in the air on that one,
Yeah.
whether we can push that off until 22.
Mm. Well, the thing is, I mean, they designed booster, we designed it with the thought of, you know,
Getting one.
getting one. So.
But my problem is we don't have enough in retained earnings to cover what we're pushing for numbers here. So it's a matter of what Doug's rate study says to increase revenue
Yep.
to get us where we need to be, because the DOR is not gonna let me say, oh, we're gonna, you know, we estimate we're gonna have this much left over this year.
Yeah.
They'll only let me go off of what we have in retained earnings.
Right.
And then, you know, we can base it on, we estimate we'll get additional revenue through the rate study.
Yeah.
So that's where the difference in numbers is gonna come from.
Yep.
But this figure here, 485, that's what we can afford to do now.
That's not what we can afford to do, that's what
we have.
That's what we need to do, so we gotta figure out where the money's coming from,
Oh. We don't have it in,
or make a few more cuts here, so. More than a few.
well, how much do we have to cut?
Like I said, we have 246.40 in retained earnings. Well, some of this I would say, like the collection system evaluation, I can kind of justify saying that that's part of system development. So.
So I have that noted as DEP required from the previous meeting.
Yep.
And is that figure accurate?
That's an estimate.
And did we do some of it already ourselves?
We've done some,
Yeah.
but the amount that we have is kind of negligible
Right.
to what we need to do. And that's why that number is lower than what I would say if you went somewhere else to find out. Like I know Dudley did theirs, and 150 was just one of 3 or 4 phases they did.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure they've got more miles of main,
Yeah.
and they were doing a bunch of different phases. One was smoke testing, all these different things that, the smoke testing I think we can do down the road a little bit. But we need at least the initial, if we camera and inspect them, I think we'll get the majority of what we need to get.
Mm.
And we've done some of that ourselves, so the smoke testing, and I think their phase 4 was starting to do some of the implementation of fixing things, and we tend to try to fix them as we find them, so.
Is that, what level is that with DEP with us?
What do you mean?
Like, is that a red zone? Are we in critical with?
Well, yeah, we're past due what
Yeah.
we're supposed to already have something submitted. They haven't pushed it. I mean, we're small compared to,
Mm.
if you were Worcester, Framingham, Chicopee, Springfield, they'd be all over you, but.
Yep.
So,
But you figure that's what we're gonna need, I mean, is there any way of cutting some of that, or?
I doubt it. Like I said, I'm lowballing that based on, figuring we can get what we need at that point, as opposed to doing a full study where they want all the smoke testing and all that to determine who's got illegal crap tied into their houses. Some of that we may be able to go around and do the smoke testing after the fact. If we can at least get the camera stuff, the stuff that I know we don't have the equipment and personnel right now to get that done. So as for like I was saying with the portable generator, I'm almost leaning towards hesitant on that, because I know there was talk about the state trying to put on some program with the generator, so there may be an opportunity to get grant money to try to do that. So that's why I'm kinda hesitant on putting it in this year's,
So you want, is that
Yeah, why
half a
don't-
generator?
Yeah, why don't we pull those two out then?
the 2 halves, yeah.
If we've got a chance at a,
That's what I mean, if we get a
Get a
chance, I
grant.
kinda wanna,
Yeah. What do you wanna pull out there, Keith?
so the half of the portable generator under additional
Right.
equipment, and then the other half is under replacement equipment.
this one,
Oh, okay, alright, so we'll take out that 32 and 34,000. Oh, 33, right?
33,000.
And we still got the one truck in there. We gotta get that, we don't have
Yeah.
any choice.
no,
You already took out half of the second truck.
no, I took out both halves.
Both halves, yeah. So that's 30,000 out.
Okay. So how much further do we have to, we've taken those two things out, how much further we still gotta drop?
Well, it depends on what we're willing to go up on the rate study.
Well, what I'd kinda like to do is just stick with
Unknown caller.
what we have required from, DEP,
Yep, so that's,
We-
yeah,
where we've stretched
that's that.
maintenance, so I think we've stretched. I mean, Gilbo pump, that has to be
That
done,
has to be done, yeah. that
because,
was-
I mean, is there, I mean, maybe we can cut the, again, I don't know the prices on this stuff, but if we just painted the building instead of siding it, you know?
Yeah, just paint it and have them paint the wood,
Yeah,
and then, you know, that'll get by for a few years, and
butter it up,
then side that at a later date.
yeah.
Yeah, so we can probably cut that probably in half.
Take that down to 7,500.
Now, what's the fence repairs
That's,
around here?
yeah, we got a bunch of them, that dead trees or whatever came down, and if you look at the Colonial pump station, that's that, I estimate it's 3750 there. I took half of that out already because there's stuff down here that, you know,
This is more important. You gotta-
well,
Well, Colonial is,
yeah,
because that's,
have you gone by it?
no, but,
Yeah. But
I gotta
drive
know.
by Colonial and you'll see what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Cause it's leaning in now almost,
Oh,
almost
alright.
to the building.
They have to fix that this year, we can let go.
Yeah, this I can hold off on a little bit.
Okay.
But that
So
one
which
there
one, so we got we've got two line items for fence repairs.
Yeah, so one's wastewater, one's water.
Alright,
So the wastewater was down here plus Colonial,
yeah,
and then the water is Primary and Glen Street both have issues with fences.
what's wrong with primaries?
2 or 3 spots where the trees came down
Is it?
and muckled it.
Yeah. Alright,
So one of them it pulled, when the tree hit it, it just ripped the top
Yeah.
support beam and it yanked it over, so now the gate, we can't close it, we wrap the chain around it right now, but.
yeah. Alright, so that's kinda gotta be done, it's a security issue, so.
Yeah,
That's gotta be done, or can we let it go for now? I mean, well, $5,000. Well, that's building repairs. No.
No, it's fence
Yeah, the
repairs.
fence repairs, I
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
that in half, so figuring we had to do some of them. I figured we can let Glen Street go for a little
Mhm.
bit.
I'm subtracting, I should be adding
For what?
my numbers. So with those two items, that pulls out another 174, not another, but that makes we pulled out 174,750.
Out of which ones?
No, so the 7,500, cut the siding and painting into half,
Yeah.
and then pulling the 33,000 out for the portable generator. So that makes the total that we pulled out 174,750. Right? I'm looking at that the right way.
Yes.
I know I got a fever, but I'm not delirious yet.
I was just wondering if you were adding in the 134, 250.
Yeah, yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Told you I had a fever. We'll be voting on a Volkswagen Bug here in a minute. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything else we can take out.
No.
That takes you down to 311,000.
No, I think you're off on that.
Am I?
Yeah, cause you're subtracting the 134, 250 twice. If you look over, it was 620,
Yeah.
so it should be 445, 250.
So
Oh,
Doug
I
does the
gotcha.
rate study,
I got you.
when can we put that new study into effect if we need to?
For the next billing, so it'll be the full year at new rates. It'll be the full year at new rates.
Yeah.
You can do the fall and spring billing.
So 445, 250. You're right.
Yeah.
And how long since we haven't done a rate study in?
It's been a few years.
4 years, 3
Probably
years?
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
I would say it's probably more like 4, it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't. Well, as long as I think I've been here 9 years, and you've only done 2. I think. If I remember right. So. And what do they recommend that that's done?
How often the rate studies?
Yeah.
Well, Doug was saying every year.
Well, that's the guy
Yeah.
doing it. But I didn't know if
Uh,
DEP had guidelines on that, or DOR, rather.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have anything specific.
Yeah.
I think typical is like 3 to 5 years.
Is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say probably at least 3 we should have it done.
Yeah.
3 to 5.
Okay.
It's gotta be at least 4 years, 5 years that we had it done.
Yeah, I know that that we, Doug was saying, I think he was saying like another 10 or 15,000 to do a study on the connection fees. Because apparently those are supposed to, you can't just arbitrarily pick numbers to set for your connection fees. They need to be based on your total assets. So we'd have to get a cost on what we have for, between, on the wastewater side, the wastewater plant, all the collection system, the pump stations. And then you do the math based on all your assets
Yeah.
as to what you can charge for a connection fee. I don't think that's been done. I know it hasn't been done since I've been here. I don't know if you guys ever did one.
Connection fees?
Yeah,
They're 5 and 25, right?
yeah. I don't know where you guys came up with that number or when, but as far back as I can see in the records, that's what it's always been.
Yeah.
Probably been a long time.
So that's not included in this rate study?
No,
That's additional?
he said that's additional. That's a whole different study.
Hmm.
So, because that's how it came up.
Do you know what surrounding towns are offhand?
Yeah, they're all over the place. We're probably one of the lowest I've seen. But that's what I said. I'd like to look at those and come up with a proposal. He's like, oh, well, that's a whole different study. That's
Yeah.
because that's not based on what he looks at for revenues and everything else. You have
Yeah.
to base it on what all your assets are,
Yeah.
and then you.
Well, that
divide
comes
it.
off a different basis. I mean, we just can't raise them.
No.
You gotta have a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. He said if you go to court and you don't have that study,
Yeah.
then you'd probably lose in court. But if you have the study showing that you based it on what you have for assets, pipe in the ground,
Yeah.
everything that's part of the system.
Oh, it's based off of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a completely different way of looking at it.
yeah.
And then what happens with building that's already going on? Are you held to?
I think that would be grandfathered.
Yeah, as I
Everything
said,
that's
apparently
under
if
construction
it's
now.
already been approved, they get to keep it at
Keep it,
those rates
yeah.
unless something was written into the agreement.
Yeah.
Which is something that I think I'll discuss with Bill and planning board or whatever,
Yeah.
whoever approves the projects, that they gotta go by the current
Yeah.
rates at the time that they're building, cause
Yeah, until they actually go, how am I trying to say that? I mean, if they haven't gone to the ZBA or the planning board or anything at a certain date,
Yeah.
then they'd be grandfathered under the old.
Well, I would say that I would say that we wanna put something in there anytime that they're trying to approve a new project, we wanna put something in there that, you know, the water and sewer connection fees or whatever has to be based on current rates, not the time of your approval. Because that project got approved 10 years before they
Right,
started.
yeah.
So I mean, if our costs and everything go up, and we need to account for that in
Mhm.
order on the connection fee now, it could be costing us money for every connection they do. So, I think that's something that we need to make sure we get across that, any of those projects that come up.
Alright, just one other question. So we talked about, they've got grants for generators. Is there any grants for I&I stuff?
No.
No?
I think that's part of why they're requiring it.
Yeah.
They want everyone to do an evaluation of their system,
Yeah.
and then stuff that's identified in that may be eligible for future grants to try
Yeah.
to get them fixed.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah. Alright,
Um,
I just wanna ask. The,
Doug wants,
The-
what, 15 to do that?
I'm not sure if he'll do it for 50. I know he was saying that's what he would do. That's what he charges any other systems that come to him with that. I don't know if he'll do it for the same rate that he's doing the rate study. I mean, I can get a proposal from him. But
It sounds, makes sense to do that, because like you said, we haven't gone up on our fees for a long time.
yeah, those fees.
We,
So
we
we've
may
been,
want to wait till FY22 on that one because that's
On that, yeah.
it should add more to this budget. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
We're trying to find ways to cut, not add to it right now.
Okay.
yeah. But something to think about, maybe next time around, that's
Yeah.
what we do.
Have them do a rate study for now and then next year.
I mean, then they don't coincide, so I think he'd probably be happier doing the rate study this year and then doing that another year,
Yeah.
to break it up a little bit. So
Okay,
I'll
makes
see what
sense.
I'll see what he'll give me for a proposal for it,
Well, it's a
just so we
reas-
can plan on.
Yeah, that's a reasonable plan, logical.
Yeah.
Um, The only other line item, so these line items on this are all the same, right? That we reviewed last time?
Yeah. Actually, the
Did we-
number that I had in there for the retirement, that's going to drop 1,546 on each.
For county retirement?
Yeah, so that'll be almost 3,100 off the total.
Okay.
And I will go through. Like I said, I've got estimates in there for the health insurance and
Yeah.
the liability insurance, and property liability.
You know how long the contract is for the IT guy? I had that flagged over here.
Well, I didn't have some of these figures.
No, I didn't before. That's what I mean. I just threw numbers in there, just based on I think last year's plus 6%.
Oh, these numbers here you just throw in.
Yeah, so
we just got.
just so you have a bottom line
Yep.
number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise it would look really skewed as to
The town hall just sent the numbers tonight.
on some of them.
Yeah,
I still don't have the health insurance.
yeah.
The property tax or the property insurance. And I did drop the OPEB back to the 5 like we had talked about.
Yeah.
And I'll go through these numbers and see if I can tweak them any more before I come up with a final.
So I'm sorry, do we know how long that contract is for the IT guy?
I do not.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a kind of open-ended thing or.
And the town hall negotiates that?
Yeah, I'm guessing that might
Selectmen's
run
office.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
I said they're a little more expensive, but you get what you pay for. These guys are way better than what we've had.
Yeah.
As long as I've been here.
Yep.
I mean, they come in and they get the stuff done, and it seems to work after they're done.
Yep. think there was anything else that I went. Red flag. Gas. Medical supplies. Does that mean you're gonna buy first aid kits? Medical supplies?
Yeah. What did I have?
You went from 0 to $500.
Yeah, I think that was more.
Maybe I had a breakthrough.
Honestly, I think you had brought that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we did the best we could with that. What do you think? Any other input?
No, like I said, I mean, I'll go through and we're earlier than usual, so
Yeah.
I didn't have time to go through as much as I usually do.
Yeah.
So I'll go through it more and see if I can tweak anything else out of it. But
Okay.
You'll be able to get that done for the next meeting? It's gonna be what, a couple of weeks?
No, this has to go to Doug, like.
yeah, I got to get something to Doug.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He was asking like last week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
you're
mean,
gonna get that.
I won't go up with anything, but if I can cut some things, I will.
Yep.
All right.
So,
No, this is mainly so we can get to Doug, so if he can get going
something
on
Doug
this.
to get him moving forward.
So these figures should be good enough for now. Or you're gonna cut them down more.
Well, like I said, this is, I won't go up from this point, but I will try to see what I can cut down if I can.
Okay. All right. Good? Anything else?
I'm good.
No. All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 4:50.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.